And we're back with the Owatonna Today Show. In studio, I have Roger Warehime. Hi.
Good morning.
Thanks so much for joining us again. I didn't scare you off?
No. It has been a while, though.
It has. It has. How have things been going? How was your holidays? I'd like to know.
Very good.
Yeah?
Yes.
Good. Did you get to see all your family?
I did.
Good.
Yes.
Good. Tell us a little bit about yourself, and then we'll kind of go into the great opportunity you have for us today.
Okay. Well, Roger Warehime. I've been in Owatonna over 10 years, and with Owatonna Public Utilities, I've done a number of different jobs. I used to be here a lot more when I was working with the Energy Conservation Program, but people see Jared now more often as he's taken over that. I am the Director of Field Operations and also External Relations.
So the Owatonna Public Utilities, I think I'm just amazed by how progressive they try to be. They're not the kind of organization that tries to, put out fires. They're always looking at how they can help their clients and the people in the community have a better, either save money or even just kind of protect their home more. And we're here today to talk a little bit about that.
Yes.
You have a new program.
Yes, we do. It's our Water Service Line Protection Program, and we are actually introducing that this month. And there will be a brochure in everybody's bill that we're hoping that people will take the time to open it and have a look at it. And the Water Service Line Protection Program, we're introducing it. A lot of people don't realize that the water service line from the main in the street all the way to their house is their property.
Is their property, which means their responsibility.
Their responsibility. And so if there's a leak, even if it's in the street, it's their responsibility to get that fixed. So that comes as a surprise to the few people that have that happen to them, and then it's even a bigger surprise when they see how much it costs to have that repaired.
Because that's kind of deep underground.
Yes, it is.
So there's a lot of different elements. To explain some of the elements that would, if there was a leak, what might have to happen?
Well, it needs to be dug up is the big thing, and those excavation costs can be very expensive, especially when they go into the street, because you'll also be responsible for repairing the street, as well as the sidewalk that may be on the boulevard, the lawn, all those things. So it can be $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 to repair a leaking service line.
And there's really no way to prevent it as a homeowner. Like, you can clean out your vents, or you can clean out different things, but really there's no way to prevent that kind of leak.
There really isn't, and it's just a chance. And so we've, it doesn't happen a lot, but maybe 3, 4, 5 times a year, somebody is unfortunate and has it. And we find out about it, and they are disappointed to find out it's theirs. And so we wanted to have this program where they can pay a little bit each month and have, essentially protection, so that if it does happen to them, they don't have to worry about the expense of getting that repaired. Additionally, they don't have to worry about the time that they're going to spend, because we're going to take care of getting the contractor on site and take care of the problem for them.
Well, let's talk about that. Let's talk about the plan itself. So people pay a very nominal fee a month, and that's actually going to be later. We'll talk about that in a second. So, but when they find out that there's a leak, how do people usually find out that there's some sort of leak in their line?
Usually they're going to see some water somewhere in the yard or maybe out on the curb. Another sign that there's a leak oftentimes is that the sump pump is running continually. Because that water is leaking into the ground and then into the basement, and the sump pump is picking it up. So usually those are the two things. And they can call 451-1616, and we'll send somebody out to do an inspection. And we're looking to see, is it the water main? Because obviously we're going to take care of it if it's the water main, or is it the service line? And is it actually water that's coming out of the water system? And we'll test for chlorine to see if it is, or if it's just groundwater.
Okay. So to kind of, before you get worried, call OPU and then have them work through that.
Yes.
And so then once it's decided that it is indeed possibly your line, then what is the next process?
Well, our person who's going to be out there is going to have a form that the customer will sign saying, just kind of get the ball rolling, if you will, and it has some of the terms and conditions. And then he will take pictures and kind of make a report, and we'll come back to our office, and then the person who's responsible for administering this will get a contractor lined up and kind of take care of it from there. And the homeowner will obviously need to make anything available to us. Most times this is work that's outside the home, but obviously the service line does come into the basement and into the meter, so there might be some time where they need to access into the home.
I see some benefits for this. First of all, the time, as you mentioned, but also working with the public utilities, you will have an idea of vendors who are reputable.
Yes.
You don't have to worry about finding somebody, or your cousin volunteering to do it and then maybe causing more problems.
Exactly.
These are definitely people who have done the work before,
Yes.
and you can really trust what they're doing.
Yes, and they're actually certified through us. I mean, we have set of requirements about licensing and all kinds of things. We're also doing an inspection on it so that we know that it's right, and so yeah, people can have confidence that the work is done right.
And so through the protection plan, will the entire cost of this leak be covered?
Yes, the one exception is the restoration of landscaping from the property line to the home.
Okay.
So now they're going to cover the cost to dig the hole and to fill it back up. But if the customer has a private sidewalk or something like that again is on the property side, that will not be covered.
Okay.
The sidewalk that's in the boulevard,
Yes.
will be covered. The driveway apron, which is in the boulevard, will be covered. So really it's
Yeah.
pretty far encompassing, and there's no deductible.
Okay.
Or anything like that.
This seems kind of like too good to be true a little bit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It does. So so you are actually enrolling everybody in the entire city in this program.
Yes, we decided to go with an auto-enroll format. And there's a program in Rochester Public Utilities that they've had for a number of years, and it's an optional program. We had one of our employees who has a son who lived in Rochester, and he had a water main problem. And then he found out about the program, and of course he was very disappointed that I didn't know about this. So we really don't want that to happen to us. And we understand how busy people are to get the message, and then even if they do hear about it and they're kind of interested in it, now they got to take the step to sign up. So we're auto-enrolling people so that it's very easy, and maybe they aren't aware of it and they'll be very thankful. We understand when you auto-enroll somebody that they might think we're pulling the wool on their eyes,
Exactly.
putting them into a program
Exactly.
that they're not interested in. So because of that, the whole first year, we're crediting back the cost of the program. So it doesn't cost anybody anything.
And the program costs a lot of money per month.
$1.99. Yeah.
So less than a cup of coffee.
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah.
So, but there might be people that don't want to spend that $2, and that's fine as long as they've considered it. But what we don't want is people not being aware of the program or wanting to get into it and didn't. So we think that giving people a whole year to opt out if they'd like to gives us time to let people know about the program, and we think it'll be a good thing for
And the
everyone.
process to opt out, how is that going to be?
There will be on the brochure that's coming out, there's a little form right here. And sign it and say I don't want it,
Yeah.
and it's postage paid, send it in, and that's it.
Again, so this people might think, yes, this does sound too good to be true. Best thing to do is call
Sure.
and talk to somebody about the program. What would there be their legal obligations, and just kind of find out what really is going on. I think is the best
Absolutely.
thing to do with that. We wanted to talk about another thing. We wanted to make sure people knew that they needed to keep their meters clear.
Yes.
Let's talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, we want people to keep their meters clear of gas and ice, and the real concern there is the regulator that is attached to the meter. If that gets plugged, there's a possibility that it won't relieve the pressure the way it's supposed to, and we could get gas into the house, and we don't want that to happen. So we always say if there's snow on the meter, brush it off. If it's ice, give us a call, because we'll come in and take care of the ice. We don't want people banging on the meters.
Because that's totally what I would do. Get out an ice pick, make art of it or something,
Right.
Yeah. So, but it's again just because this is kind of it's a very sensitive instrument, first of all, but it also can, like you said, can actually cause damage to the home inside if you're not careful. Okay, good. Well, if people do have questions, how can they get a hold of you regarding this program?
Well, they can certainly call us, and that's the best way is give us a call.
Will there be information on your website as well? Because I know
Yes.
you try to be very progressive
Yes, there
about
will
that
be.
too.
Yes.
And can people, can they delete out of the program through the website, or do they have to use
Right
the card?
now, not, but we are working on getting that
Okay.
so that they can do that as well.
Okay, so at some point that might be a possibility. Good. Well, I want to thank you for your time
All
today.
right.
I want the question, I know we have a lot of people who are going away maybe they've already left, but just to keep your house, what's something, if you're going to go away for a little while, go on a 2-week vacation, what are some things you should keep in mind regarding your water?
Well, it shouldn't be a problem normally.
Okay.
Now, there are some homes that are different than others that aren't insulated. I know some people might have troubles with their pipes freezing right below their sink. If the wall is not insulated well, in that case, just open up the doors to your cabinet and let the heat from the room get in there a little bit.
And again, if people do have questions, call.
Absolutely.
Because I know you guys are very open and
Yes.
want people to have actually successful homes and that kind of things. Thanks for your time.
All right, thank you.
All right, we'll be right back. Please stay with us.